Okay, today's reading is for Speak Close Read for second marking period. We are going to annotate the following text, focused especially on diction and details. Diction is word choice. And this is from the section called Winter Break. So this is directly out of your text. I almost tell them right then and there, tears flood my eyes. They noticed I've been trying to draw. They noticed. I try to swallow the snowball in my throat. This isn't going to be easy. I'm sure they suspect I was at the party. Maybe they even heard about me calling the cops. But I want to tell them everything as we sit there by our plastic Christmas tree while Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer video plays. So we're supposed to be noticing details. I notice that she uses the word plastic. I notice that she talks about a video, specifically Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Why am I pointing that out? Because the plastic, I think, kind of feels a little bit cheap. And then Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer feels a little bit young. I also notice the details that she keeps saying, they noticed, and they noticed, and maybe they even heard about it. So she's referencing her parents over and over, calling them they, as if they are a unit, a group together, as opposed to two people who are unhappy and considering divorce. So I wipe my eyes. They wait with unsure smiles. The snowball grows larger. So let's notice this. There was a snowball. The snowball is growing larger in her throat. It is getting harder and harder for her to speak. She's losing her nerve from here to here. When I snuck home that night, they weren't in the house. Both cars were gone. I was supposed to have been at Rachel's all night long. They weren't expecting me, that's for sure. I showered until the hot water was gone. Then I crawled in bed and did not sleep. Mom pulled in around 2 a.m. So super late / early in the morning. Dad just before sunup again, really late, or in this case, we will just call it really early. They had not been together. What had they been doing? I thought I knew. How can I talk to them about that night? How can I start? So here we know that she's struggling just to figure out how to put what happened into words. And she wants to tell her parents, but she doesn't know how. So she says, how can I tell them? How do I start? Rudolph sets out on his ice flue. And again, there's another reference to Rudolph. So those are just some interesting details that the speaker or that the author puts in there. Rudolph sets out on the ice flue. I'm independent, he declares. And now that's kind of interesting. Why did they include this detail? I'm independent as what Rudolph's saying. Maybe that has something to do with Melinda. Dad looks at his watch. Mom stuffs the wrapping paper into the garbage. So looking at his watch, he must feel like he's in a hurry. He has something else he would rather be doing. And then Mom stuffs the wrapping paper into the garage bag. She's cleaning up. She's cleaning up because she's done. If you've ever been to a party before, when the people start cleaning up, the rest of the guests look around and go, well, I guess it's time to grab my stuff. I am sitting on the floor holding the paper and charcoals. Again, sitting on the floor here, this reference to sitting on the floor, not always, but sometimes can suggest the young or that she is the kid, right? But yet this independent is a contrast here. So I feel like there's a contrast between her being independent, as per as Rudolph, and being young by watching Rudolph and by sitting on the floor. And then she says, I didn't even say thank you. She recognizes that she was just given a gift. Traditionally, obviously, she has been taught to say thank you, but her parents are in such a hurry to clean up and get out that she doesn't even have a chance to say thank you to them. Imagine how she's feeling. Like she looks up, it's Christmas morning, everything's great, and then all of a sudden she's sitting alone by herself with Rudolph on the TV. So what are the most important words and details in this excerpt and why? So you don't want to just pick out words and make a list of them. You want to make a claim. What are the most important words and details? What do they represent? And you want to include why they are the most important. Make sure that you use multiple pieces of evidence and make connections. Making connections. So what does that mean? Just a quick jump back over to what I had said before. When I said independent and young, for example, you can make a connection. Can you make a connection between plastic, or can you make a connection to watching looking at his watch and mom wrapping the paper up in the garbage bag? What connections can you make? Possibly, hopefully, even some bigger connections. Maybe you can come up to the details where tears flood her eyes. That might be especially important depending on how you embed it in here. My annotations are not the only right answers. There are multiple ways that you can make connections. I want you to think deeply about this. You have the whole rest of class.